But guys, man, I'm glad you're here. It's been a great time since I've been here, and I just want to go ahead and say thank you. I, posted that first video I ever did coming back for the Superman trailer, and it is the thing that has blown up. All the other videos, you know, I've enjoyed and really appreciated those who've stuck around and have had conversations and have talked about things. But, the one that's blown up, the one that went crazy is the very first one I did, which was the Superman trailer, which totally makes sense. And I said that I was hoping it would hit I had a weird goal about it hitting 4,000 views before we ever saw any new footage for the Superman movie. And I was thinking that it's going to happen because it's not going to be, it'll reach 4,000 definitely before we hit the Super Bowl. And then literally that morning when I woke up, not only did we hit 4,000 views, but the TV spot opened up on, YouTube and Twitter and everywhere. And I was going to try to wait to watch it when I got here, got home and I could leave work, come home, sit down and watch it. I didn't get that ability. I didn't get that opportunity, which was a bummer. But I have seen it. It was really, really good. But not everybody feels the same way. I'm going to take this off real quick. Not everybody feels the same way. There's a lot of people that are upset about Superman's face, guys. Superman's face. So, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. Let's make sure that the ears are, we got everything set up correctly. We're going to watch, this is a 30-second spot. We're going to nerd out a little bit. We're going to have fun. We're going to watch it real quick, and then we're going to discuss the issue that a lot of people are having with the Superman TV spot that dropped, specifically of David Gordon Sweat's face. There's a lot of people that are not happy about his face, and I think his face looks fine. But we're going to get into it, though, because a lot of you are not happy. You're not happy. So, without further ado, let's watch. Let's check this out. Such a good shot, man. I love that shot. Okay. Before we get into what people have criticisms of, let's just break this down real quick and just talk about the things that are awesome in it. Of course, there's a lot of clips that we've already seen before. We've already seen a lot of this footage already from the original trailer. One, I love, if someone asked me, what score do you love more? Do you love the guitar riff version of the old Superman score, or do you love the humming? Definitely the humming. I love it. It is my favorite thing. It just brings me a sense of peace and joy, and it makes me very, very, very happy. This shot right here is still just gives me goosebumps. Gives me goosebumps every time I see it. Look at that. Ah, it's so good. So good. Okay. And Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor is giving me like some Andrew Tate vibes. Does anyone feel the same way? He's totally giving like Andrew Tate vibes. And it's kind of genius. And if Lex Luthor acts like Andrew Tate, That works. For me, that works. I'm not going to act like that's how he's going to act, but this just gives me, I don't know why, this gives me Andrew Tate vibes. But let's get into the thing I know everybody wants to complain about. I don't know if there's anything really we can see that's different with this. There's questions about people's powers, and maybe there's a certain, thing that's happening that helps give him some solar energy so he can break through the glass. But we've kind of discussed that before. Still a great shot. Flag getting lifted up during this wartime situation. Great shot again. And now, Keelix is what everybody thinks this robot is. I have a theory that it holds the memory of his family and his parents. Maybe even has the voice of one of his parents, possibly the mother, his biological mother. That's the current theory I have, and that's why he's so emotionally distraught over losing this robot. The fight with Ultraman. Krypto still looks fantastic. But, the scene that everybody's still upset about, okay? Let's talk about it. Whoosh! Okay. That was a good pause. So, first off, the flying, I think, is amazing, okay? The flying and them taking that approach of learning something from Top Gun Maverick, you see it in the flying, okay? You see it in the flying. Now, okay. Let's talk about the eyes. Let's talk about the face. Because when this originally came out, people were very confused with the way he looked, and they were all saying it was CGI. Well, it turns out that is not true. Turns out that is not true at all. So we're going to leave the trailer and we're going to go to James Gunn's Thread account. And this person writes on Threads, let me share. This person writes on Threads and says, looks dope. Great camera angle of Superman flying. Except there's something with his face that looks a little off. I know there's plenty of time to refine the CG. And then does the little rock on. And James Gunn says there is absolutely zero CG in his face. People's faces can look different when you put a wide angle lens up close. The background plate in Silvar is 100% real, as is David. So guys, realize this, okay? Realize this. Superman flying, probably, not, probably in a green screen area, not out in the real world, hair not flapping, just held. Still looks cool. It still looks great for a show, but it's just he's just flying. Man of Steel, well, that's not fair. This isn't a fair example because Henry Cavill's it's a poster. We all know that's a poster. This, though, is literally a real location that's really David Cornsweet. Now, I am very curious how they pulled this off, but that's when his hair's flapping in the wind, that's because his hair is truly flapping in the wind. I really am curious how they got this shot. I am very, very curious. But if we like it or don't like it, the reality is it really is David Cornsweet. Now, should they do something about his eyes? I don't really have an issue with it. And I think that the more they mess with his eyes and stuff, they'll have to continue to do that if they ever do shots like these, and I hope they do shots like these in the future. I think this might actually be, let me see if I can pull this up bigger. I think this might actually be a better example of the flying. So, like, you know, as you can see, it's like Henry Cavill's flying did look great. But, you know, he's not necessarily having to deal with a lot of resistance and stuff. Maybe there is some lessons you can learn with the lenses and what they chose to do with it. It looks okay to me, but I understand why some people are upset with his eyes being so far separated. In some ways, it looks a little real, but maybe that's the point, is that with Superman flying, his skin shouldn't be getting pushed back by the wind, I guess is the idea. I love the hair flapping, though. The hair flapping, the shot itself is amazing, and maybe you could fix a little bit with the eyes. But if he doesn't, I don't really think it's going to be that big of a deal, and I personally don't really have any problem with it. But what about you guys? How are y'all feeling about the face controversy? Is it something you're not happy with? You know, there's a lot of people that aren't happy with it. I'm not going to lie. Ricky. Ricky's so funny, man. Ricky Berwick, if y'all don't follow him, he's super funny. But, you know, a lot of people don't like it, but I'm not going to lie. I don't have a problem with it. Maybe the shot could have been a little different. You know, maybe the shot could have been a little further out. You know, maybe that could have helped. But I think the shot's cool. I don't think his face looks that bad, but it does look different, and I do notice it, and I do understand why people have critiques of it. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Okay. Hey guys, thanks for watching a short clip from a much longer show that we've been doing on this channel. If you would like to see the full show, just go down the description and click the link. Thanks, guys.